Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. And today I'm gonna talk about Ketu in the third house and Rahu in the ninth house. This is the continuation of Rahu Ketu Access series, and this is the third part. I already covered Ketu in the first house, Rahu in the seventh house, and Ketu in the second house, and Rahu in the eighth house. If you're interested, you can watch in the playlist. But before I begin the topic, I just want to mention that I give free consultations. If you're interested, you can find the information in the description box. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. So every time I post a new video, you can get the notification in your inbox. All right, let's get to the topic. So in order to understand what is Ketu is doing in third house and what is Rahu is doing in ninth house, we need to understand the sign, zodiac sign Gemini, the zodiac sign Sagittarius, uh, third house, ninth house, and Ketu and Rahu. So what is third house? Third house, your short distance travels, your efforts, your communication, through social media or, like telephone as well. Third house, your neighbors, your younger siblings, your competitions, all can be seen through third house. What is ninth house? Ninth house, all about long distance travel, your philosophy, your higher learning, higher knowledge, your education, the education you get after your undergrad, like your master's degrees, your PhDs. All these can be seen through your ninth house. Fifth house represents, your undergrad degree, undergrad education. So ninth house, all about that, like long distance travels. Ninth house also represents your teachers, your gurus. Ninth house also represents your father as well. Ninth house represent the younger siblings of your spouse. So ninth house can represent a lot of different things. Okay. So now what is Ketu? Ketu is your past. Ketu is the karma that you're bringing in this life. Ketu is the inlet of past life karma. Ketu is your detachment. Ketu is the experience you have already experienced in the past life. Ketu is the manual that you're born with. Okay. And what is Rahu? Rahu is your desire. Rahu is the future. Rahu gives you like unusual, unorthodox experiences. Rahu is the horror movie that you really want to watch, but you're too scared to watch. Okay. Rahu, as like I already mentioned, that Ketu is the inlet of past life karma, and Rahu is the distributor of that karma in this life. Okay. Rahu is your future, your desire. What is the zodiac sign of Gemini? So Gemini, like zodiac sign lord, is Mercury. What is Mercury? Mercury is prince. Mercury is like very playful prince, young prince, who has no responsibility but to just like be playful and enjoy life. And what is ninth house? I mean Sagittarius. Sagittarius sign ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter all about philosophy. Jupiter all about guru. Your teachers, your learning, your wisdom, all can be seen through sign of Sagittarius. You can see actually wherever Gemini sign is coming in your birth chart, you're going to be very like playful regarding that house. If somebody asks you about that matter, you're going to talk like for hours and hours, wherever Gemini sign is coming in your birth chart regarding that house. Okay. So for Aries ascendant, they love to talk to their, like younger siblings or neighbors, or over the phone or social media all the time. because Gemini sign is coming in the third house. For Aries ascendant, higher learning, because Sagittarius sign is coming in ninth house. Okay, so wherever Sagittarius sign is, you have higher knowledge regarding that house. For example, your Leo ascendant. So Leo, for Leo ascendants, Sagittarius sign comes in the fifth house. So that Leo ascendant going to have higher knowledge of children, education, stock exchange, creativity. They're going to have higher knowledge of that. Okay, so let's get back to the topic. All right. So Ketu is sitting in your third house and Rahu is sitting in your ninth house. So first, regardless of the zodiac ascendant, you're going to get the effects of Ketu in the third house and Rahu in the ninth house throughout your life. The effects we are going to talk about. So in the early part of your life, like the age before, like 29 or 30, you're going to have very straightforward, strict relationship with your siblings. Okay, and also your neighbors as well. You're not going to have like a fun relationship with your neighbors or your siblings. Very straight to the point. Whenever you're going to communicate with them, you're going to be very to the point. You're not going to talk about like gossiping or anything like that. No. Just like to the point, straightforward, and very harsh speech. Because Ketu gives you like results like Marx, but in a very subtle way. So Ketu going to make your speech very harsh, very cutthroat speech. You're going to be very quiet person. You're not going to be like talkative at all. Very quiet person. But whenever you're going to open your mouth, your speech is going to be very cutthroat, very harsh, very straightforward, very to the point. But you're going to make your point and then, sit back and be quiet again. And whenever you're going to go under Ketu Mahadasha or Antardasha in your life, Ketu is going to take you away from your birthplace. Okay? And you will notice that if Ketu is in your third house, you don't like to talk over the phone. Whenever someone is calling, you're that kind of person who's just looking at the phone. You're avoiding the call. You're just like, man, I don't want to talk, So you're going to avoid like phone calls, talking on the phone for hours. You're going to avoid like social media. Now, you're not going to use social media as like your friend who's like always on the social media, who's always posting like statuses, who's always tweeting about stuff, random stuff, TMZ stuff, You're not gonna be like that. But third house is also a Pachya house, so means it's going to get better over time. So after like 36, you're going to have more maturity regarding like third house matters. Your relationship with the siblings are going to get better. There's a possibility that you live in a separate house from your siblings, because Ketu is all about detachment. And now Rahu in ninth house. So Rahu in ninth house, first of all, what is Rahu is doing? Rahu is like very unorthodox energy. So, your father is going to be very unorthodox. Maybe his like body language is very unorthodox. Maybe he's like slouching or something like that. Or maybe he's like very cunning, very street smart. He knows how to get things done by his ways. Because 9th house represents your father as well. Okay? Like other people, they have like fathers who are like businessmen, doctors, engineers, like all these things. Your father is going to be like something different. Like he has like some other type of profession. Very unorthodox profession. But there is something going to be unusual about your father. Okay, so 9th house also represents the younger siblings of your spouse. So your younger siblings of your spouse going to be very unusual, very cunning, like gangsters. Not in like reality, but I'm just saying the nature of their younger siblings. Okay. So Rahu in 9th house, you're going to become like some type of philosopher because that is your desire. And I'm talking about if the dispositors are well placed. Because Rahu and Ketu always give results according to their dispositors. Okay? Throughout your life, that is your desire to meet like very spiritual guru. The relationship with your father is going to be very unusual. That is another thing if Rahu is sitting in your 9th house. And your philosophy, your wisdom is going to be very unorthodox. If Rahu is like a dispositor is well placed, maybe you become like that kind of philosopher later in life, that he brings a new idea, like Karl Marx. He, basically he's the founder of communism. He believed that, all the previous like government models were not that good for the society, for the general public. So he came up with this communism. So maybe you're going to bring something new to the society from your like new philosophy, new idea. And then you become famous. Because remember, Ketu is sitting in your 3rd house. So you have already experienced that in past life. Even though if you're detached, from your 3rd house matters, but that is your superpower. You already know how to deal with social media. You already know how to deal with, all like fame, media houses, how to handle like all the news anchors or like these type of people, media people. You already know. So you're going to use that medium to convey your message, to convey your philosophy. 3rd house also represents writing. So you're going to use, back in the days, 3rd house was like for newspapers. So Karl Marx, what he did? He started writing. Okay? He started working in a newspaper company. Newspaper journal or something. So you're going to start writing. You're going to start communicating with people after a certain age. Okay? And throughout your life, going to travel a lot for long distance travel. Maybe you get fame in the foreign places because Rahu is sitting in your ninth house. Okay, and maybe you become like a philosopher, that spiritual guru, that enlightened guru in the foreign lands, like Osho Rajneesh. Even though his Rahu was not like sitting in ninth house, his Rahu was sitting in 11th house. But 11th house is also like foreign places, like networking. But Rahu in ninth house, maybe you become like famous in foreign places, foreign lands, long distance travel. Karl Marx did the same thing. You know, he went to another country and became like public figure. Okay. So these are the results you're going to get from this placement, Ketu in the third house and Rahu in the ninth house. The next in this series is going to be Ketu in the fourth house and Rahu in the 10th house. This video is going to be very interesting because a lot of celebrities have this combination. So if you're interested, you can subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. So whenever I post the next episode of this series, Rahu Ketu Access, you get the notification in your inbox. All right. Thank you so much, guys, and stay blessed. Take care.